Hello, Rhonda Fawcett here from Matamata New Zealand. I am going to give you a short video today to show you how to use our Stampin' Up ink pads. This video is especially for beginner stampers and just to show you how to put everything together and how these work. So I'll just open this up. Our ink pads have got stickers on the back, labels to show you what colour they are. So this one is Smoky Slate, so we can peel off the Smoky Slate label there and stick it to the end here so that we can actually see at a glance what the name of this ink pad is. I've put this on a wee bit crooked, so I'll just straighten that up. There we go. And then I also like to use one of the other language ones because I've got in French, German and Japanese. So I put the Japanese one on the other end just so that I can see at a glance the colour that is at that end. And then they've got one without any words on at all. And this one goes inside. And this one is probably one of the most important ones. And it is to show you when the ink pad is open what colour it is, because it's hard to tell. That almost looks black, but if we put this label in the inside here in this little tray, and this is a little bit tricky to get in, some people actually struggle to get this in that tray at the bottom, and they put it on the side here instead. So you can easily do that if you prefer, rather than putting it in the bottom there. Now I'll just show you about opening this ink pad. So you can just lift it up, put your finger in that groove there and lift it up, and it just opens like a makeup compact and slides in place, it clicks in place. And to close it, put your fingers in that notch there where we put the sticker and pull it and slide it closed till it's flicks closed. Some people say that if it's hard to flick it up there, then you can press on that end and that will help release it, and then it should be easier to flick it up. Now these ink pads are designed so that you can so it is tough when you first get one, like, oh goodness, that's hard, but you can put a little bit of candle wax in there to make it slide easier, or just move it up and down a few times and it will loosen up, because some of them are a little bit tight when you first get them. But I'll just show you on this is an old one that I've had for a while. You can squeeze the lid and get a little bit of ink on the surface of your ink pad, and use that with an aqua painter or a blender pen to pick up the colour and to colour and paint with. If you squeeze on here, you have to squeeze really hard actually, you will get more colour that you can then use. And when you close the ink pad, you'll notice that it's upside down, and that means that the ink will always be at the surface, which is really good. The old style ink pads had an extra step to them. I've almost forgotten how to use these ones. It slide and then flipped. Now you'll see on here that there's some thread sticking out there. This is a woven fabric ink pad, and you had to press quite a bit harder on them to get a good coverage on your stamp. But these new style ones now are compressed foam. You'll see the foam pad there, and there's no bits of fabric sticking out. This means that you don't have to press very hard at all to get a good coverage of ink. So stamping now, I'm just resting it on the ink pad. So I'm basically just dropping it on 3 times. It's like 3 little taps, and that's all you need. You can see that the coverage is quite good there, and I'm going to just stamp that there. Perfect. Now if I pressed really hard on here, so if I'm going to press down, put pressure on, you'll see that there is now ink all the way around my stamp and on the outside of the stamp as well, which means when I go to stamp, and some people press really hard and they rock it to try and get good coverage, well then they're going to get little lines. I'll just lift this up and show you. See, you've got a little line there and a little line there. You don't want that. So basically you do need to, I'm just going to clean this stamp. You do need to just tap it really lightly. So just, I do 3 little taps, and I'm not putting any pressure on. I'm not putting any weight behind it. I'm just dropping it into the ink pad. 3 little taps. Look at that. There's no ink around the edge. You shouldn't get inky fingers. If you're getting inky fingers, you are putting too much pressure on. And then just hold your block. You don't need to wiggle it. You don't need to do anything else. And you'll get perfect stamping. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and enjoy your ink pads and start using them. Let me know how you get on. Thanks.